Alrighty, we would like to welcome everybody to Work Session Season 4, In God We Trust, hosted by Eric Ingram Bay Living Trust, presented by myself, Eric Ingram Bay. How is everybody doing? Alrighty, we would like to welcome everybody to Work Session Season 4, In God We Trust, hosted by Eric Ingram Bay Living Trust, presented by myself, Eric Ingram. Alrighty, man, can we get a drum roll? How is everybody for the testimony time? We would like to welcome everybody to Work Session Season 4, In God We Trust, hosted by Eric Ingram Bay Living Trust, presented by myself. Raise your hand. Anybody with testimony? Try to keep your testimony short and sweet as possible, but straight to the point at the same time. I'm pretty sure you're going to want to hear what I got to cover today, and depends on how long you guys talk, depends on how much I'm going to cover. So let's get it. By all means, though, don't let it hinder your testimony. Please do tell it. We want you to tell it. Tell it like it is. So we got Natasha Steele. Your hand is up first. Do you have a testimony with us today?
Yes, sir. Hi, Eric. Hi, everybody. First, I want to just apologize for last week. I know you guys ain't holding it, but I'm learning this meet a little bit better, how to navigate through it, and I kind of accidentally tried to jump someone. So I just apologize for that. But as far as my testimony, my husband and I claimed ourselves as landed estates in our state. We followed their instructions and their format, and yes, they did have us get it notarized. But I noticed from reading the document, it says that we put it in an irrevocable, of course. So that means that we have more control than the state. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, it's in your trust.
Okay, so that was on our wedding anniversary. So thank you for our wedding anniversary, Eric and Nikki at MNRP.
Well, congratulations to you guys and happy anniversary. And it sounds beautiful. How long you guys been married?
30 years. And he's my best friend.
That's beautiful. And that's a beautiful thing to be able to say that.
Congratulations.
To call your significant other your best friend. I think that's what a lot of people miss, is because our relationships are bound to start as a friendship. And that is still the foundation, which keeps the love sparking in the relationship. So again, that's beautiful, and congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Family vibes, man. We give thanks to the Most High for that, though, for sure, man, because that is a great accomplishment as well. That's one of the most major accomplishments that I made. So again, congratulations. Family vibes, you up?
Yes, sir. Same here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, I'm married too. My wife right here with me too. I'm saying. Hey. Yeah, that's my best friend too.
No, that's real.
Yeah, I gave you.
Ain't it?
Man, I was talking about even with this testimony. Say,
okay. Say that.
I'm gonna get it out as quickly as I can. But remember Monday, I told you I was the one who said that our lights got cut off, right?
Right.
And our company was TXU, but that don't really matter. But they gave us 48 hours. Today will be the 48 hours, and it ain't cut off. After we got off the call with you Monday, so my wife looked on her account, and her account had said that the check posted at $1,700, and it had the check number and everything. So they got the check that we sent, and it say credited $1,250.
Oh man, that's great, man. Congratulations to you guys on that. And
I ain't done. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta give it to you. And then we did T-Mobile yesterday for $1,000, and we did them with the chat, but they wasn't comprehending. So my wife did the same thing. She got off the phone, she checked the online account, and it said they received the check, had the check number and everything that we sent, and we was credited $809.
Well, that's beautiful.
So, hold on, I ain't done yet.
Still ain't done.
I'm telling you, man, and it's all because of the IRS tax class forgiveness. This one was the one, but that in God we trust, it helped me comprehend it more and know why this process works and how the negotiable instrument and the bill of exchange is all operating from the surety or the straw man and the Federal Reserve banks. So the IRS, remember I told you that I sent the negotiable instrument for I didn't tell you the price, but it was $300,000. And for the overpayment for 2013 and 2014, it paid some of 2019. So they sent me some saying that it's paid in full. The 2013 and 2014 is paid in full.
Mm-hmm.
So then I did the same exact process with 2022 because I haven't filed it yet, and I did $700,000 for that one. So we still we just sent that out. What was that, Monday? Yeah, we sent that out Monday. So we still waiting on that. But if everything is going how it's supposed to go, like you taught us, and we doing everything, then I already know that another testimony coming soon.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Man, we want to thank you from our family buyers, from our family house to yours and Miss Nikki, Sister Nikki. You know what I'm saying? We want to say thank y'all from the bottom of our heart, man. We just been trying to do everything to keep our due diligence going and keep our mind elevating to that fifth dimension. I know you say fourth, but fifth, the cosmic well. We trying to get there, baby.
Yeah.
I know that's real. Straight up.
We just did. I yield because I want to hear what you got to give it us today. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, appreciate it. Amen.
Well, I appreciate it, bro. I'm glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear the joy that's in you guys, and just continue to live within your truth, stand in and stand on it. Again, no matter what. Like, I done seen a lot happen, and then the main thing is keep pushing, don't give up. And we give praise to the Most High for this as well. And thank you guys for your due diligence.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You eat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Sean Pryor, you got a testimony with us today. All right. Papa Demetrio, what's going on?
All right there, Eric. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. Sitting in this restaurant, waiting on the food to get delivered.
It's a little delayed, but we'll get it out to you.
All right, I appreciate it. I know it's coming. Smell it. Smells great.
Thanks for the reminder. So I got some quick testimonies. My trust is done. I have to get it notarized tomorrow. And also the security agreement is done. The conveyance of the birth certificate is done. The social security card conveyance is done. So I basically took off all week just so I can spend all day to do this stuff, because I just want to get it done, So, and then tomorrow I'll be filing the UCC-1. I will be doing the birth certificate to the DOT, and then learning about the negotiable instruments to file that in the court. So I got a lot to do tomorrow, but yeah, just want to say thank you. And that's what I've accomplished so far this week. So,
well, that's beautiful, man. Keep going. The main thing is, guys, is always keep it moving. Don't stop. Set your goals up. What you want to get accomplished. I know it's a lot. When you look at that In God We Trust class, it's a bunch of forms, documents. But again, just take your time, knock out everything one piece at a time. It does not change your status quo just because you don't have it all finished, because you got to really realize that you already are the holder in due course. You already have the power. You already have all of the instruments. So everything is pretty much going to be in your performance, and you fully protecting the interests of the trust and the assets of the trust. So that's just to kind of ease your mind on that. Always get the work done, but never stop studying your contracts. Even when you get them done, read your contracts, guys. Read your security agreement. Read your indemnity bond. And you should act on those as the trustee for it, okay? Which is where a lot of this power comes from, right? When we start operating and going against third-party creditors and things of that nature, right? So, and we're going to talk about a lot about that today, which today we are going to speak on bill of exchanges. So that will be spoken on today. All right, so appreciate you, brother, and keep going. Don't stop.
definitely. Thanks, Eric.
All right. Mr. Herb White, how you doing?
Thank you. Um,
We can't hear you.
okay, how about now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Brother, I first of all wanted to stroke you because of your mindset and what you're doing for the family, the people of this generation is superb. I'm bringing up the rear, of course, because I'm gotten kind of started kind of slow, but I have started. And today I wanted to tell you that last week I wasn't able to get on the call to do a testimony, but I'm glad that I didn't, because it was kind of a false flag. I got a notice from the Veterans Administration, and it indicated that I had a 5-figure equity figure to claim from the mortgage company that bounced out away from me. So this morning I got up early and started making calls. I actually started on Tuesday. And for some reason, the Veterans Administration's, their numbers that they list are either non-existent, but they're posted online.
Somebody running.
Yeah, that's what I made probably 8 calls today.
Yeah, you
California.
Gotta be careful about that, brother. Don't get scammed. Now they come out to y'all vets and stuff like that with all kind of crazy stuff like that. So don't get scammed. Don't get scammed. And most of the time when it's communication like that, they'll send y'all letters in the mail anyway. They ain't finna be calling y'all with no stuff like that or texting your phone. My wife received a text today talking about that she made some claim on something or whatever. And yeah, so you got to watch for that type of stuff. And just be careful when you start receiving stuff like that. Start changing around or locking out your information and stuff like that from certain things. So just be careful.
Today in Washington at the Federal Reserve, even their numbers were off. And I ended up talking to Identity Theft, and they took information, and I gave them a small synopsis of what had gone on. They sent me a report that they want me to fill out, but
yeah,
you know,
don't do none of that. They not gonna call you, bro. All right, I'm telling you, they will send you an official letter stating whatever needs to be said to you. So you don't got to worry about that, though.
Okay, well, I'm going to go back to what you've been teaching here, but I had to follow up on that, I thought, because I saw some monies there.
Nah, yeah,
and it's happened a couple of times.
Yeah, don't fall for the okie doke. You get that information. It's gonna be some money there for them, not for you though. Don't do that.
Yeah, and the number of people that were frank and honest with me today said those very things. That sounds like a scam.
Yeah, go watch The Beekeeper.
So I just wanted to
watch the movie. Yeah, go watch the movie The Beekeeper. That's a real thing. They do that to people, especially the elderly, all the time. They set up scams for you guys.
That's a good movie.
Most of the elderly people don't even be knowing. They'll just automatically say, just start talking, giving information away because somebody called and contacted them. Sounded like something. I mean, they tell you on these websites, the IRS will say, hey, we're not going to call you, or we're not going to do this, or we're not going to do that. Like, we will directly send you something in the mail or whatever the case may be. But that's why they give you certain things to make certain communications with them. They'll say, hey, use this form to make any form of communications. with them because they already got all the information. So they're not going to request any information from you when they have everything already. So just keep those things in mind as you continue to move forward, and always validate anything that comes towards you. So we appreciate you sharing that. That's an awareness thing for everybody.
In addition to that, I pulled down off of your site Carlton Albert Weiss.
Just keep those things in mind as you continue to move forward, and
about the trust,
always validate anything that comes.
And I want to thank you for that, because I wasn't even looking for it. It just popped up.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Well, you just keep going, brother. Like I said, it's always a thing to hear that you're taking this task on and continue to study, and it always keeps me humble to know that to keep going, no matter the age, no matter the time. So again, it's always a great thing to hear you come in here and speak, and that should motivate others no matter what. So we appreciate you for being amongst us.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Thank you. All right, Sean Pryor, you got a testimony for us today?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Thank you for everything that you do. So my husband and I were able to convey our certificated security this week. He did it on Monday, and then I also tried to do it on Monday, but they had told him, and when I went in, that we needed it notarized, and I was, just being strong-headed and was like, that's untrue. I don't have to have it notarized. I gave him the law and everything. So I asked him to, print me out a refusal letter, so I have that. And then that night I just went home, I thought about it. My husband said something that you might have said, like, if they're telling you what to do, go ahead and do it. So the next day I just went ahead and got it notarized, so that the most important part was that I could get it filed, because they weren't given any pushback in regards to that. They're just like, okay, we'll file it for you. You just have to have it notarized. That was just the only, real pushback that they were giving us. So.
Yeah, well, they like I say, they probably going according to state rules or whatever. But at the end of the day, the main thing is to make sure the claim is actually made and that you had it that you got it on the record. So again, congratulations. But definitely take the steps of your the head of your household, your husband. So yeah, great job. Great job. And thank you for sharing that with us. That's that, and I do want y'all to know that's major. I hope y'all. I don't know how y'all felt by doing it, but when I did it, man, I was so crunk. Cause I don't think I went through a fight in getting, like, for real, like months of going back and forth with the judge and actually having to go see him face to face, the probate judge, and we had to have a full conversation and stuff like that. And then I finally just I started putting some heat on him. Like, all right, no more conversing anymore. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna hold you accountable for, basically infringing upon my rights, because I have what I said was pretty much, it's like, unless you have a claim in any property that I'm making a claim to, you can't reject my claim. The only way you can have, the only way this even comes into your jurisdiction to say anything is if there's a conflict of interest. There's nobody challenging what I'm saying. So until there's a challenge that comes into your court, you ain't got no say so about what I put in here at all. And next thing you know, I received a letter saying, hey, Mr. Ingram, come file your stuff. And I'm like, I'm on the way. So that's how that went down for me. So I was real excited about it, just the timestamp, and just because I really know what that means. Like, we actually took control of the land of the state now. And now what you're saying, it's kind of like an exodus. You're saying this particular entity or person has moved into your kingdom. And now it's under your kingdom rules based upon the declaration of trust, and it's going to be used as a surety. So based upon the services of the kingdom, now we have all rights and interests into the collateral of intangible and tangible properties that it may ever receive, past, present, and future, right? So now that gives us the power to go out here and make these claims with the security agreement, etc. This is why it's truly important that you guys understand the power in the conveyance of the certificated security, because right then and there, all interest as far as being the registered owner has transferred to the trust now. So now the trust has the right to leverage that anywhere, anytime. So do keep that in mind, man. And I thank you guys for the beautiful testimonies today. So congratulations to everybody doing their due diligence as well. And we just give thanks to the Most High just for being there with you guys and making sure these things get accomplished in the way that they do, as always. So I'm just always glad to hear it. So thank you guys. Thank you. All right. Somebody hiding out there. So y'all want to go ahead with the testimony, or are you going to continue to hide? We're going to give you 10 seconds. I don't know who it is, but something telling me you're scared. You're scared to speak, and I don't know why. You got to give your praises. You got to. Do not let those go unnoticed. All right. If you're shy, I know I'll catch you before it's over and you'll be like, hey, I got something to say. So it's coming. All right. All right. We got Ranzuri. You up? You got something to say?
Yeah. Hi, Eric. I just been trying to do my due diligence. There's a lot of stuff I have to unlearn and relearn, especially with operating in trust. But what I do know is that I went straight to the head. I went to my congressman and I filled out their privacy release form and just told them all the agencies that I needed assistance with. And I told them that my signature basically had an unlimited declared value. And I was, investing in their office with my birth certificate. Is not mine. So the authenticated birth certificate, I signed it to them. I pledged it to them to perform for me. So every gripe, grievance, complaint that I've had with any agency, I wrote it all out in a prayer of relief, and they're going to handle it.
That's beautiful. And you can actually do that. That's awesome.
Because my disability is law, the inability to practice law. So let them do it, because that's what they get paid for.
That's beautiful. That's actually an awesome testimony, to be honest with you. So that's amazing. Well, that's the second time I've ever heard something like that. And thank you for sharing that with us, because you definitely can do it. It's no difference than the same thing of you guys doing your indemnity bonds and sending those bonds off along with the birth certificate, as I told you, in God we trust, to the Treasury. And now we all assignments to them to handle any and all affairs in relations to it. So yeah, you can definitely do that. That is beautiful. So appreciate you sharing that with us. All praise to the Most High.
No problem. You're welcome. Thanks.
Mr. Cassio, what's happening?
What's going on, brother? How are you doing?
Pretty good.
I'm good. I don't have a testimony, but I'll just run it by you.
Well, just wait.
Just wait.
Yeah, just wait.
Yeah,
just wait. We're gonna jump into it. I try to like, if y'all ever peep the flow, what I do is the testimony is to always bring positivity into the classroom. So that way everybody's spirit is uplifted. You know that it's possible. You know that it's able. So I give all the testimonies first, so you can have that positive energy here. Then we'll teach the class, and then we'll hear any form of mishaps, complaints, whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't want to never die out the spirit of people who's been just uplifted. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So maybe if you got that'll help you out if you have to do icebreakers and stuff like that with your business or organization or whatever. Always make sure you do what it takes to uplift the surrounding of the people you know, in the environment that you're in. You want to make sure you have that good energy in there. So real important. So that's a business marketing lesson to you guys for that. All right, so let's jump into this, man. Today we're going to be speaking about bill of exchange. Bills of exchange. Okay, so the nature and legality of bill of exchange. And yes, you can use bills of exchange in court settings as well. Really, bills of exchange in any particular thing, because the bill of exchange is a form of payment as well. So let's go. Y'all ready? If y'all ready, if you're on social media, drop some ones with us. Hit the button. Y'all in here, y'all ready? Let me know.
Go.
Let me know. All right, so let's dive into this. Let's dive in. The legal definition: a bill of exchange is a negotiable instrument defined under UCC Article 3, which is written order by one party, the drawer, to another, the drawee, to pay a certain sum of money to a third party, the payee, at a specific time. This instrument can be used as a form of payment or a method of transferring funds between parties. All right. UCC 3-104A, a bill of exchange falls under the category of negotiable instrument if it meets the following criteria. It must be in writing. It must be an unconditional order or promise to pay a fixed amount of money. It must be payable on demand or at a definite time. Now, that's why we always say upon receipt. So it's payable upon receipt, meaning, and it's also upon the receiving end of the drawee. Is actually, as soon as they receive it, as soon as the transfer happens, the value is created. I hope you understand that. Because again, nothing has no use unless we use it, right? Like it has no value until we use it, correct? So in order to give it value, we must use the bill of exchange and transfer it in the actual, the value, right? That's the reason why when the other party receives it, they're supposed to say what? For value received. Now that instrument has what? Value. Do you understand?
Yes.
So it was transferred for value and it was received at that value. All right, so now it must be payable to order or to bearer. Payable to order makes it non-negotiable because it has to go to that particular payee. Once that payee has it, they have the right to negotiate it, which means they have the right to transfer it to whoever they may want to, which means by endorsement, pay to the order of. If it says payable to bearer, well, that means what it says, which means that whoever bears the particular instrument is the one who is to receive the form of payment and who has the right to negotiate whether to transfer or make it. They can even make it a non-negotiable instrument now by making it pay to the order of some certain specific entity. Do everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay, so Johnson versus Johnson in 1832, this case established that a bill of exchange is a binding contract when accepted by the drawee. Well, you have to understand 18 U.S.C. 8. You have to understand 50 USC 4305B2 as well. So go check those out for yourself. I'm not going to go over those things today, but you definitely need to do your own homework in that. Now, once you see that, once you see what happens is the fact that, remember I told you, the United States Treasury and the Federal Reserve both are responsible for managing commerce. So in order to manage commerce, what they have to do is make sure that for every contract that's monetized, for every transaction that's monetized into the U.S. currency, their responsibility is to do what, family? Make sure that they put out the money, okay? And it flows in. The U.S. Treasury creates a bond. The bond goes to the actual to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve issues out to the actual banks and stuff like that, right? And into the national banks and stuff. They all have to accept the money. All right. So that is actually how the credit is fully being created throughout this process. So Merchants Bank versus State Bank, the court ruled that a bill of exchange, when properly executed, constitute a valid contract between the parties involved. Now, again, I just read to you what it takes to make a bill of exchange. It must be in writing. Unconditional order, promise to pay. It must be payable on demand at a definite time, and it must be payable to order or to the bearer, right? But it also has to have three parties: the drawer, the drawee, and the payee. Okay, remember that them three is gonna always come up. Drawer, drawee, the drawer, drawee, and payee role. So the drawer, the person who creates and signs the bill of exchange. In this case, we're gonna say John H. Doe. The drawee, the party on whom the bill is drawn and who is ordered to pay. In this case, the Secretary of the Treasury. Why? Because you have to go back to where the first union started. The first union starts with who? The people. All right. The people became into a union, which actually became a state. Okay. So the states became, people became states, and all these different, in their own form of union, in their own form of republic, right? Then these republic states became union states together, right? So the union states made a compact. And in that compact, it created a corporation known as the United States Corporation. So the very bottom, we have to start at the beginning. Who is the true investor? Who is the actual shareholders? It's the people that exist, okay, in the union states. Okay, do y'all hear what I'm saying? Because you have to know that. It's the people. Everything goes back to the beginning. The people. If your union does not happen, there can be no union of the states. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So once you know that, now that makes you shareholders. So if the United States Corporation goes broke, it has to reach back to what created its existence, correct? Which is the Union States. And then the Union States has to reach back to what created its existence, which is who? The people, right? Okay, so the people is where the source is coming from. So they reached all the way back and backed up their whole entire economical system behind the people. Okay, they chose the most valuable source on this planet. It's you, your energy. So for us to say that it's not back behind some substance, that's insane, because it's back behind your faith to use it. And guess what? That's unlimited. That's infinite. See, it's somebody on here that always asks me a question. They say, hey, do you accept gold and silver? Can I pay you in that? I don't want to pay you with Federal Reserve notes. My class is $50. Okay, so I want the face value of a gold coin to say $50, right? That's an ounce. Do you know how much an ounce of gold is? Like $2,000. If you want to send me a $2,000 coin, go right ahead, when you could have just paid me $50. I'll surely take it. But guess what? That coin got to have the face value of $50, and it costs $2,000. So you guys are so stuck on that and don't truly understand why we are operating. You're saying you're truly willing to say that gold and silver is worth more than you. I call it bullshit. Are y'all paying attention to what I'm saying? Because this person asks every time on Facebook, as soon as I post something, hey, will you accept payment in gold and silver? I sure will. Send me that $2,000 coin. I'll sure. Since you so want to be in lawful money in order with gold and silver, go right ahead. Because you got to understand, once we accepted the currency, once we accepted and gave value to the currency, it became lawful anyway. Because it's a what? Contractual agreement. That's what they're telling you right here. Hope y'all paying attention. Hope y'all, I'm not telling you, I'm not saying the coin is valueless. I'm just telling you that, again, if you want to pay me, okay, with a gold coin for the value of my class, a $50 gold coin is 1 ounce, and it's about $2,000 something. I will surely take it. And then I'll be kind enough to let at least about 8 to 10 people in the class freely, because you took care of them too. Sure will. So I'm just trying to give y'all an understanding of how this is and what this is, because a lot of y'all get so caught up, but you don't understand the UCC. And once you see what the UCC is, well, hell, we can make anything money. Time is money. All we are doing is valuing everything that we're doing. You value the gold coin. You gave it a value to a certain form of currency. If you get a gold coin in another state, it's going to be valued in its currency. So all we're doing is giving value to some form of substance, whether it's energy or whatever, right? Y'all paying attention? Just want to make sure y'all paying attention. Y'all got it?
Got you.
All right. So
Got it.
the payee is to the person whom the payment is directed. What is the legal basis? UCC 3-105 clearly defines the roles of drawer, drawee, and the payee in a negotiable instrument. The case law is Bank of America versus Parnell, 1956, clarifies that the drawee is not liable on the bill until it is accepted by them. Well, if you know our history, they have no choice but to accept legal tenders, right?
Right.
Because if that's the case, if they didn't accept legal tenders, Federal Reserve notes would not be there. All right? Federal Reserve notes wouldn't be here. And not only that, what else? We couldn't create promissory notes to receive house, cars, mortgages. None of that stuff would exist, right? Because that is the same exact thing. So think about that in its own form and nature, right? Terms of payment, payment structure. The bill of exchange must specify the payment terms, including the amount, the due date, and the currency in which the payment must be made. The bill of exchange in the provided template follows these guidelines, right? Legal basis. UCC 3-108 discusses the requirements for an instrument to be payable at a definite time on demand. Funkhauser versus JB President, 1933, upholds that the payment must be made according to the terms outlined in the bill of exchange, right? Transferability and endorsement. Endorsement clause. The bill of exchange includes a provision for transferability, meaning it can be endorsed to another party. How do we do that? Pay to the order of whoever, right? Endorsement must be properly executed, typically by signing the back of the instrument or attaching in a longe. So we can write it on a different paper to keep up from messing up the instrument or whatever and transfer the actual rights and interests, right? So UCC 3-201A explains how a negotiable instrument may be transferred by endorsement and delivery. National Bank of Commerce versus National Mechanical Banks Association, National Mechanics Banking Association. Endorsement transfer the rights and obligation of the bill to the new holder. Okay? To the new holder. All right? So I want you guys to think about this too. Because when we start doing things like pay to the order of the United States Treasury, and then we put in a memo for it to be remit somewhere, so we could draw up on the Treasury and make the Treasury the payee. And again, the Treasury is more responsible for any form of creation of money as well as the Federal Reserve Bank, right? So the Treasury can literally transfer this particular financial asset as a form of security to the Federal Reserve to create credits. It has the power to accept anything that is placed into the United States form of currency, surely if it's according to the UCC, right? That it is a negotiable instrument. It is considered a form of draft. Man. And it goes back to who has the power here? Where is the actual, what is the substance of the United States currency backed by? Federal Reserve notes. Any form of credits is backed by your faith. Okay? Your faith. So are you doing things in good faith? Or are you trying to deceive? If you do anything in good faith and you're creating your time and value into this particular negotiable instrument, well, here's the thing. It actually holds the face value. Only thing they need to see is the evidence of value, which is debt. So anything that we draw up on the Treasury is considered what, guys? Debt. Can the Treasury or can it value debt? Absolutely. That's what this whole freaking thing is about. All right. Are we opening up some eyes in here? If we are, on social media, share, drop some ones with us. What about you guys? Let me hear y'all live in here.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
I'm hearing you.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's keep it moving. Acceptance by drawee. Acceptance clause. The bill of exchange requires the drawee, which is the Secretary of Treasury, to accept the instrument. It requires the drawee to accept the instrument. If the drawee signs the bill, they are legally obligated to pay according to its terms. That's all they got to do. All right. So legal basis UCC 3-409 specifies that acceptance must be written on the bill that it binds the drawee to the terms of the instrument. All it's got to say is acceptance for value received is a form of acceptance. You accept it for the value that is received, right? So case law, Bank of Alexandria versus Swan, 1835, acceptance of a bill by the drawee constituted binding agreement to pay the specified amount. Declaration of exemption and legal basis exempt from levy. The bill of exchange cites public law 73-10, which you will see, which historically relates to the removal of gold as basis of currency in the U.S., often cited what they say in sovereign citizen arguments. But guess what, guys? This is not a sovereign citizen argument because sovereign citizen is an oxymoron that does not exist. So again, because you have to know one thing, and they use these particular words to throw you guys off from the actual truth. Everything we're doing here is valuing. If I create an instrument, that instrument takes a value. Okay? In business, all we have to do is have a contractual agreement and we create the value. That's what this is about. All right? So keep that in mind. UCC 3-306 discusses claims to an instrument, including exemption claims, but such claims must be supported by a valid legal argument. All right, cases versus Cavaroc claims the exemption or exemption status must be explicitly supported by law. Otherwise, the standard rules of negotiable instrument applies. Always. International legal framework. So the Unicentral Convention, the Bill of Exchange aligns with the United Nations Convention on International Bill of Exchange, International Promissory Notes, which establish uniformity in the creation and enforcement of these instruments across international borders. So Article 1 of the Unicentral Convention applies to any bill of exchange labeled as International Bill of Exchange. So immediately, if you put International Bill of Exchange, that means it is governed according to some form of law, right? I want you to know that you have the right to decide which law your instrument is being governed under. That's totally up to you. Totally up to who? The drawer. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because if you go into one state and you're the drawer of the instrument on those contracts, like a promissory note with the bank, it's going to say, hey, this instrument is governed according to the state of whatever, right? And once you sign it, you in agreement, and it's just as if you are the one who said it, your words. So again, just know all power is in the tongue within you, what is written. All right. So we're just gonna say here, let's see, in one case in 1964, de Cuba versus, so it's the Bank National of Cuba versus Sabatino, addresses the issues of international law and the enforceability of international financial instruments. So specific codes that you use that provides this is UCC 3-104 defines a negotiable instrument. UCC 3-302 defines the holder in due course, which protects the holder from many defenses that could be raised against the original parties, right? Holder in due course. That always go back to that. 3-05 details defenses and claims and recoupment which are limited against the holder in due course. So White and Summers Uniform Commercial Code, 5th edition here, often cited in the UCC related disputes. This treatise provided detailed explanation of UCC provisions and their applications in various case laws. Every state has adopted the UCC. Again, it might change a few couple words here and there, but for the most part, it is all the same. And this is structural all across the international world here. So again, you have the power to create international bills of exchange. Now, why do you have the power to create an international bill of exchange? Because commerce is automatically what, family?
International.
International. Automatically international. Since we're dealing on commerce, because you got to remember, they look at commerce as like every individual has their own vessel in the sea. And in international waters, the only thing that is binding up on any party is any form of contractual agreement, which they call between states treaties. Got it?
Yep.
Okay, so now that's the reason why they say contract law is the highest law out in the sea, right? So since we are operating in the sea of commerce, then you have to truly see that the only thing that is binding to you are contracts. Got it? So that's why we're telling everyone, hey, I need you to validate the contract that I have with you. Because if I have a contract with you, I will surely do what? Honor it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so keep that in mind. A bill of exchange is considered a financial asset because it represents a claim to a future cash flow. I keep telling y'all, everything we doing is based upon the what? Future obligations. I can only have faith that you're going to be what? Honorable.
Honorable. A contract.
Like, you have to look. I told you guys last night that was watching this with me, right? That was on TikTok with us last night, right? You got to realize this. Everything is based off on your faith. So faith is having the, belief in the things unseen, right? You see what I'm saying? And moving and walking, knowing that it's going to happen or it's happening. So think about that. This money is backed off that. Your belief. All you got to do, you believe in magic. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you believe it's real? And if you do, use it as such. This is the reason why they focus on the conscious state of mind. And the law itself is built up on the consciousness. And they know that. They direct straight to the consciousness because everything has to be that you were what? Competent, sound mind, etc. Got it?
Absolutely.
Got it.
They know consciousness controls this whole three-dimensional realm, right? All right. So financial asset is any asset derives value because of contractual claim. Examples include cash, stocks, bond, bank deposit, negotiable instruments like bills of exchange. Financial assets are different from physical assets like real estate or commodities because their value is not inherent, but it's based on the contractual obligation to pay or receive money. Characteristics of a bill of exchange is a financial asset. It holds a what? Monetary value. Again, monetary, monetize. Okay, so what are we monetizing? Okay, so some form of labor, goods, services, or product being fully what? Monetized. So what they said was based upon the people's labor into the United States, as your participation is also considered a what, family?
Financial asset.
Financial asset. Everybody keep asking me, where did I read this from? Where am I reading this from? This is something I put together for you. So you're not going to find this in the book. Okay? It's not a book. This is something I put together for you guys. All right, so it's a financial asset. So if it's a financial asset, that means your participation in the United States as an authorized representative to this particular entity is value. But guess what? They're telling you for your labor, okay? We're going to monetize your labor. That's all we're doing, family. Monetizing our labor and services in the United States into the U.S. currency, which is why they have to credit us every single time. I hope y'all can see it. Can you see it?
I see it. I see it.
Yep.
I see it. I see it.
They have to. Otherwise, this would be considered what? Slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Voluntary servitude.
Listen, do any one of you guys have the power to print Federal Reserve notes right now?
No.
Now, the question is, do you have the power to bind the entity in the United States into a contract?
Yes.
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 Mhm.
Right. And the way we have that power is by what? Converting our labor, goods, services, and products into the United States dollars. Anything that we do into the United States dollar, they're responsible for printing it out and putting it into the economy. No difference than what you guys doing with Bitcoin. If you are making any form of labor, goods, services, or product to some form of Bitcoin, whoever is the issuer of that Bitcoin is responsible for making sure it's enough Bitcoin out for the services and products that are being pushed through and monetized into that coin. Got it? If not, then we got a bankruptcy problem too. Correct?
Right.
Facts.
So they are bound to this. Okay? Because anything that this particular entity go in and consumes into debt, the United, especially if it's your U.S. currency, they hold the obligation to settle the matter. For who? The people. Right?
Right.
Otherwise, how does this work? I need y'all to tell me. Give me another way this works. How it works.
I don't think it's another way.
Otherwise, because the thing is, what you're gonna realize is, if it doesn't work the way it's supposed, like this, then it's the system is useless. Y'all might as well. It's like that. That's a war call, and that was the whole point of HJR 192, because they knew eventually you gonna figure out we better resolve this issue immediately, right? Because if you didn't find a way out and you really realize that you're being cheated, that's the reason why they already gave the remedy. You can't even go sue them because they telling you, hey, we can't be sued. 31 USC 5118. We can't be sued, guys. We already gave you the remedy. We already told you there's no that nobody can specify the form of a payment in the currency. You can't, like, as long as it carries the currency, it's considered a payment. So it could be a US dollar, coin, or something that's in stock, that's in the value, that's monetized into United States currency. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Getting there.
Can you repeat
right.
that code?
So the face value is exactly what it says. Exactly what you're looking at is what it's worth. The bill of exchange specifies a definite sum of money that is to be paid, which gives it monetary value. So the bill of exchange is considered an intangible instrument, which is property that is being valued into a specific currency that the Treasury, who is the drawee, is responsible for making sure that it issue out the credits of that currency to flow into the economy. All right? I got this. Pay attention. The value is the amount the drawee agrees to pay the payee upon the acceptance of the bill, which takes us back to 18 U.S.C. 8. Who's responsible for any and all obligations or evidence of indebtedness in the U.S. currency?
United States.
United States. Yeah.
Negotiability. A bill of exchange can be transferred from one party to another, which makes it a negotiable instrument. The transferability adds to its value as a financial asset because it can be used in trade or as collateral. Again, it can be used as what? Trade or as collateral, which makes it a what? Security. A security is what?
Collateral. Obligation.
Financial asset.
Financial asset. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. So, contractual claim, obligation to pay. When a bill of exchange is accepted by the drawee, it creates a binding obligation to pay the specified amount to the payee. This contractual obligation is what makes it a financial asset. The payee holds a claim to receive money from the drawee. All right, legal enforceability. The bill of exchange is legally enforceable under UCC Article 3 and other relevant laws, which means that if the drawee fails to pay, the payee can seek legal remedies to enforce the payment. All right. Convertible to cash, because it represents a claim to a sum of money. A bill of exchange can often be sold or discontinued to financial institution before its maturity date. This ability to convert the bill into cash or its what it say? Equivalent before maturity adds to its liquidity and strengthen its position as a financial asset. Marketability. In some cases, bill of exchange can be traded in financial markets, especially if they are drawn on reputable institutions, further reinforcing their status as financial assets. All right. From an accounting perspective, when a bill of exchange is accepted, it is recorded as a financial asset on the balance sheet of the holder, the payee. The holder of the bill will list it as a receivable, all right, reflecting the future cash flow inflow that the bill represents for the drawee, the party obligated to pay. It is recorded as a liability as it represents a future outflow of cash. I keep telling you, they're responsible, all right? The bill of exchange is recognized as an asset because it fulfills the criteria of control, future economic benefit, and reliable measurement. The holder controls the bill, expects to receive cash from it, and can measure its value reliably based on the amount specified in the bill. So what is money? Weights and what?
Measures.
So we're measuring the what? The value.
The value.
In what? Good faith. Can't forget the faith. The financial asset is typically valued at its face value, although in certain circumstances, such as when the bill is discontinued, it may be valued at its present value, right? All right, so now, regulatory recognition. In many jurisdictions, bill of exchange are recognized as financial assets by regulatory bodies. They are often treated as part of the company's working capital and are used in various financial transactions, including trade, finance, collateralizations, and liquidity management. A bill of exchange qualifies as an asset because it embodies a contractual claim to future cash flows. Again, future, because everything we're doing is based upon the future, right? If value stems from the legal obligation it creates, so it stems from the legal obligation. There is a legal obligation, and remember, obligation of a person is considered a what family?
Financial
asset. Its transferability and its recognition in both legal and financial accounting frameworks. By functioning as a claim to future payment, the bill of exchange serves as an instrument that can be used in a variety of financial transactions, making it a significant financial asset for the holder. All right. So, with that being said, let's jump down to it, guys. What is the bill of exchange? Let's make sure we have all things that is according to what creates a bill of exchange, guys. So we can make this an international bill of exchange just by doing one thing. What is that?
Put international.
International.
So automatically it becomes governed under the International Bill of Exchange law, right? Okay. Which will look something like this. United Nations Convention of International Bills of Exchange and International Promissory Notes. So it clearly states to you, okay, the convention applies to an international bill of exchange when it contains the heading, what? International Bill of Exchange. All right, Unicentral Convention. And it also contains in its text the words International Bill of Exchange. So also all it has to do is contain either have the heading or have the words in there. So all we got to do is put International Bill of Exchange, Unicentral Convention. All right, it's totally up to us. So we can just put that up there. And I'm just showing you. So just like that, it's governed under a specific law. You see how that works? following instructions.
Like that.
Just like that. It's already in a different jurisdiction, right? So, all right, now the date of issue, whatever date, has to have a definite date, time, right? Now the drawer, again, has to have a drawer, drawee, and the payee. The drawer is going to be John H. Doe, who would be the secured party creditor in this particular, which is the living. The living is drawing, but the living is extending credit through the what? The surety, correct? Because remember, the living cannot enter into the United States, but the particular entity that you are authorized for can. So what you are doing is valuing the energy that you are putting into this particular entity for the commerce of the United States. Got it?
Got it.
And they can never question you, because what you guys got to start saying is, hey, this is for my labor that you owe me. You owe me for my labor. I'm not working for free. And if you have to specify that into your documents, then do so. Because we're not here for free. But that's considered slavery. All right? And we're not volunteering either. Right?
Correct.
And this is not even a form of income, because it's for an exchange of services. So it's just compensation. We didn't profit a damn thing. Paying attention?
Got it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So payee, whoever you want to make that out to, the drawee, of course, Secretary of Treasury, Department of Treasury, because that's the people's banks. Remember, your securities are there. The Union State gave it to them because they are backing it behind the most valuable source of property that they have, which is the people's energy. Right? Absolutely.
Right.
And they know that your word is what? Your word is bound. Your word is bound. You see what I'm saying? You have to know that your word is what brings things into existence. It's the faith in your words, right? All you have to do is ask and you shall receive. But you got to have what? Faith.
Faith.
So now it says it has to have the amount in words and in figures. So whatever the amount in words and figures, always make sure it is written. So write it. And whatever's in writing will supersede whatever's in the figures if you have them both different. So just know that whatever's in writing will always be first. The term of payment, the bill of exchange, is payable on demand at site at a specific date. We're going to put what? At site. Okay? At site. So that means at site. That means when they see it, they are in acceptance of its value. Correct? At a place of payment. All right? The amount specified above is to be credited to the account of the payee at whatever bank, and then put the account number if you want to. You can do that. Currency. The amount payable is expressed in United States currency. That makes them what? So as soon as you turn it into the U.S. currency, that bound them to an obligation. Does it not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Because what do we have? What do we have? This is evidence of value. Okay. And this is evidence of indebtedness in the form of U.S. currency. That takes us back to 18 U.S.C. 8, right? Who's responsible for this?
The United States.
United States.
All right. So this is in case of dispute regarding currency conversion, the exchange rate at the date of maturity will apply, right? The endorsement clause, the bill of exchange is transferable and may be endorsed to another party by the payee. Any endorsement must be noted on the back of this document or attached via alliance. Acceptance, the drawee is requested to accept this bill by signing below. Failure to honor this bill within a number of days of presentment will result in immediate recourse against the drawee. Declaration of Exemption. This bill of exchange is drawn under and governed by the United Nations Conventions on the International Bill of Exchange and International Promissory Note and is exempt from levy under Public Law 73-10, HJR 192. And you don't really have to put HJR 192 because HJR 192 is just a resolution. Public Law 73-10 is the law that was created from the resolution. Okay. So specific instructions, the obligation of the drawee arises out of lack of consideration for the pledge, which is redeemed under the terms outlined. This bill is accepted for value and is exempt from levy. Or you can put this bill is accepted for value received. So put that in there. And is exempt from levy. All right, so we just gave full instructions on what it means to bring this into existence. So all we have to say, and all it takes is what? The parties to agree. Hey, do you believe this is real money? Sure do, because you do. The faith is behind who? The people. So because you believe it's real money, so do we. And it's evidence of value that there was a transaction of some form of financial asset, which is considered a form of property that was monetized into United States dollars, and the United States Treasury and the Federal Reserve Bank know that they're responsible for creating and issuing out that currency, issuing out the credits to be placed into the economical system, right? Got it?
That part.
Right.
So, truthfully, this can be entered into courts to pay for things as a tender or payment, you know? And it also means if we're going to give something of this in value, if we're going to pay, then easily that puts us back at a 1099 miscellaneous to pay in to whoever we're paying it to. So the payer would be yourself. The recipient is whoever we're paying. Court. There you go. Child support. There you go. I've already done this class once, but I figured I'd do it again because a lot of people ask, but like, here you go. This is a very simple process. Not hard at all. You just need to truly understand, number one, the value, the evidence of value, which means we're valuing debt. Got it? That's what we're valuing. Debt. They value debt. They want you to believe in the value of debt and transfer it as if it was backed by real, as if it was like gold. And they backed it by a higher substance than gold, which is who? You. Which is the most beautiful thing they could have ever done, because this makes it unlimited. Now, a lot of y'all keep thinking money is made out of thin air. No, it's not. Because why? They owe you for your labor and participation into this particular economical system. The failure part is you not valuing that. You not valuing that, which is what you're going to learn to do when we get into LA. It's to fully how to value your energy. Absolutely, people. Okay? So let's get some hands up and let's talk about it. Shouldn't be too many questions because I think it was very thorough. But we're going to see where you guys' minds is at, see how many overthinkers we have in class today, because I think it was straight to the point.
That'd be just me, the overthinker.
So we finna find out, because me personally, I say what I mean and mean what I say. If I didn't say it, it don't apply. Got it?
I motion that.
So let's jump to it. Chelsea, you're up first. Well, we'll come back to you. Papa Demetrio.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I was muted.
Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Yes, so this class came at a perfect time. My trust is done. My all of my, what you call it? I sent it to the Treasury, my bonds. But how would I get a bill of exchange or draw a bill of exchange from those bonds that I sent to the Treasury?
Listen, answer your question. Listen, answer that question. How do you do that?
I'm guessing I would just put the bond number somewhere on there.
Come on, keep going. I'm listening. Let's think about this.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only thing because I have the IRS text class too.
Yeah, but I
One
want you
thing.
to think. Forget all that shit. Think about
Okay.
what you just asked me and how can you make that apply?
Just put verbiage in there and say that it's going to be drawn from the specific bond.
Okay,
The
now
bond
there
number,
you go.
right?
Communication is the best thing. That's it. That was
Okay.
simple.
Okay. Overthinking. Okay, cool. Thank you.
That's it. All right, Papa Demetrio, what's up?
All right, this is awesome. Hey, Eric. Okay, so you know what I'm trying to do. I didn't get my trust done yet. It'll be done tomorrow. But how do you deposit this instrument to the court registry, and will it work without all the bonds and everything else that I'm trying to?
Forgive our debtors, and there's already a bond already placed when you were born. Everything else is based upon you charging them for the labor and services that you are providing for this particular entity. You are already the secure party creditor. You are already the actual the private investors. You are already everything of that. That's why they backing everything up by your faith. What you say and believe is what exists. They're telling you from your perspective is the reality that you're going to live in when it comes to the United States. And remember, that's totally up to you. They got 3 jurisdictions for you to be in, and whenever you choose, they're going to let you live on that perspective.
Yes, yeah, I'm definitely aware. I mean, which class did you teach this on?
Forgive our debtors.
Forgive our debtors. Okay. And so how do I deposit this into the court registry?
Forgive our debtors.
Forgive your debtors. Okay. So you teach it there. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, but it's simple though. You can get you can make a tender or payment. Yeah, it's simple. Look, y'all be making this hard. I want y'all to think. I don't want to tell y'all everything because I just gave you everything. At least I just want y'all to figure out the rest. And I ain't even keeping nothing from you because I told you everything. Which one is it? Yeah, here you go. Clear tender. Put the bill of exchange with it, be done. It's just that simple.
Oh, wow. Where do I get that form?
Tell them that you want to enter it into the court registry. Now there's every court has a court registry. There's a different one though. There's one that goes federal, which is the court registry investment system. That's something different. The CRIS system, that's on the federal level. Then every court has its own form of registry. If it wasn't so, then we couldn't put freaking money into the court. You couldn't go pay for something. They wouldn't have a clerk. All right.
Gotcha. So this is all found in Forgive Our Debtors, right?
I mean, Forgive Our Debtors has what it needs for you to be able to do what you need to do. You just need to truly understand negotiable instruments and how to make it, how to apply. That's it.
Okay. All right. I got that. All right. Thanks, Eric.
Hey, excuse me, is anything showing on the screen?
Yeah, everything is showing on the screen. If you sound like you on your phone.
I'm on the tablet and the phone.
I don't know how you missing it.
It's not showing that. I might have to go in and come back. Or come back in.
Yeah, if it's not showing for y'all though, put it in the text. Put it in the chat. Is the chat open for y'all today? I ain't seeing anybody talking. It might not be open.
It's not open. I'm gonna go out and come back.
It's Gucci, bro. We can see it.
Everything is showing on my end.
Yeah, everything's showing, man.
I can't see it.
All right. Well, look, y'all get in the chat and talk about that. Please do not stop the class. I just opened up the chat. Y'all help them out right quick. I got to continue on. Otherwise, we holding up time for questions. All right. So, who is next? All right, Mr. Herb White, what's your question?
I have heard a few discussions about the Bill of Exchange, and there was some discussion surrounding the bill of exchange about the routing number. Is that something that I should
Listen
do?
to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm very strict on what I say, brother. I didn't mention none of that in here. There's nothing in the UCC that says that it takes a routing number to create a bill of exchange.
Okay, well, that was my question, because there's a scare tactic out there about don't put a public routing number on the bill of exchange because you're going to jail.
All right. Well, we're just gonna let them live with that, and we'll be all right.
Thank you.
I don't live in fear. I don't even speak on fear like that.
Well, there's some
Real
out there
talk,
that
bro. Real talk.
attempt.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this: you can go to jail just for calling yourself black. So everybody be in fear of that, and I don't see too many people running scared of that.
Well, thank you for your correction.
Yeah, I'm serious when I said that. So anybody that's in any form of fear, especially if you are considered the melanated people or whatever, yeah, you go to jail, you get shot and all that shit for being called black. So if you living in fear, find a way to change that. And I mean that. I'm dead serious when I say that. So figure it out. Since we speaking on that matter. But yeah, no fear up in here. But again, I'm very thorough in what I say. I didn't mention not one. I didn't even put an account number, say none of that stuff. I just said what needed to be said. Now, when you sign off, you can put the account number, the social or whatever at the bottom, and just put register owner and be done with it. But for the most part, it's already right here that you're giving them the surety, so they know where it's coming from. They already know. They already tied into it. They're already using this particular surety for one thing, which is the reason why they gave it to you. They said, hey, we're going to give you Federal Reserve notes, okay? Federal Reserve notes is for legal tender, both public and private. And we're going to give you this entity here as a surety for both what? Public and private, which is why the state can call forth the name as a surety, right?
Yes, sir. Makes sense.
So this is how, because without it, I'm telling y'all, without it, you're asking a department to be at every single transaction that we do. How is that possible? Some of y'all buying stuff off Amazon right now. How they gonna be at your transaction and mine all at the same time, recording and keeping up with every single thing that we do? It's not possible, is it? So how can you relinquish that power? The only way to relinquish that power is to the who? Who is to? The people. Our power was relinquished to the people in this matter, right?
May I have one last question?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, hold on. Hutch, make sure you mute out. You're echoing us. Go ahead.
Okay. The question I had was related to, I haven't had my trust done just yet, but I can do this as an individual.
No, you cannot do this as an individual. You doing this as an individual or claiming you are the surety.
Okay.
And I said that based on the word you chose to use.
Okay. I wanted to, you excited me about this, and I thought that I'd take this document and write up
The thing is, you can't listen to what I'm saying. You can, but you keep placing yourself into a subjective standpoint. And I keep bringing you out of that. That's why if you read the document, it says accommodation party, John H. Family of Doe for the who? Surety. There's a separation. The preceded vested land of the state is the actual surety. This is where all the energy is coming from. It comes from what? The body, which is why they made a claim on the body, because all energy is coming from this particular source. Got it?
Got it. Got it. I'm going to pull the trigger on this one.
Make sure you
I'm
pray
gonna pull
first.
the trigger. Yeah, I will. Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right, Mr. Poole, you up.
How you doing?
I'm doing it.
Appreciate you.
You're breaking up pretty bad.
The
You're chopping up.
yeah, come back.
All right, yeah. Put it in the put your question in the
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can now. If you're gonna speak, go ahead.
All right. I was just gonna ask you my that where it
Yeah,
says
you out of
that they cannot.
We'll come back to you. You out of there. All right, brother Darren, you up. Find you a good spot, brother. Darren, please hit the orange button on the mic.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Hey, peace, brother. How are you? I was wondering, man, the difference between these and the Blue Certified Funds demonstration that you gave us the other day, and the lawful money order demonstration that you gave us. Which one supersedes, or are they all the same?
Man, it's a negotiable instrument. It's according to the rules. All of them are.
So they all work just the same.
They all carry the same rules and apply to the rules, correct?
Indeed.
The rules is what matters, family. Follow the rules, then the negotiable, it is what it is.
Okay. I appreciate you, family.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Danny. Danny from Bama. Hit the orange button. Let's go.
Hey, Eric, sorry about that. Okay, I am getting ready to send off my package for my car, actually for my daughter's car. And this is my first big rodeo, and I have a list of documents. If you could just tell me, yes, go girl, or no, you need to study more.
A car for what?
I'm trying to get her out of her car, a vehicle.
You trying to get her out of a vehicle?
I'm trying to remedy the loan for the car.
All right, let's go.
So I'm just want to tell you what I've got to get together. I have my security, my hold harmless agreement, the security agreement, and then I'm going to send a non-negotiable instrument. Is there anything you would put with that?
Just express your rights and interests and prove that you have the superior claim. That's all you have to do.
Would I be able to do it with that? Am I on the right path?
That's the question, though. You asking me, are you sure?
I'm sorry?
Do the documents you read, and then you actually have to have this class. So what did I say in the class?
Security agreement.
The security agreement.
She got it. Let her say it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the security agreement that states all my rights. And brother, I am so sorry. I know that you get tired.
Good. Listen, you good. Y'all be listen, y'all, I promise you. Let me say this to y'all. I'm somebody that, like, I don't be bothered. Y'all think y'all be bothering me. Listen, I'm an Aquarius. This shit does not bother me at all. I could care less, to be honest with y'all. So it don't bother me like that. I'm just trying to help you out to see for yourself and to build the confidence in you. Like, I don't care that y'all asking me the same questions over and over and all of that, because the truth is the repetition. I keep telling y'all, time plus consistency equal growth. This only makes me 10 times better. So for the most part, I do this for everybody, but also for the benefit of me. There's nothing I'm never going to do that's not going to have some beneficial interest in it for myself. And I'm meaning that because I truly understand by me helping others helps myself, as I'm saying. So Don't y'all think I'll be bothered by that stuff? It don't bother me. It don't bother me one bit. I get off here, I sleep peacefully. I roll me a fat one up and turn on the game and whatever. I don't remember nothing else y'all done talked about for real. And I'm just being honest with y'all. So don't think that. But go ahead, finish up.
So that's what I have together is the security agreement. I'm going to send all this off, negotiable instrument, and stand on who I am. Or help her stand on who she is.
And that's the main thing is you guys knowing your contracts. If you're going to, because this security agreement that you guys speaking on, it literally clarifies that you're claiming all rights and interests into intangible property, past, present, and future, right?
Correct.
So that's why I'm asking you, like, don't ask me about your contracts, what you know about your contracts. And what based upon you making these contracts, because otherwise, why would you get into these contracts if you don't understand them? That's where I'm trying to get y'all to the point. Mm-hmm. Know your contracts, know why you're doing it, know why you're able to do the things that you're doing. So that way you're very sure. Because the thing is, it's like you name them, but I'm like, okay, if you can form this question and ask me about them, then tell me what I actually said in there and you will know. So you already know. You don't need me to say anything. Just go back, read your contracts, and enforce what you're saying. Got it?
I got it. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you.
And for you guys that, for everyone that has the In God We Trust class, there is a Q&A class we did in there too. So go back and listen to it. My thing is, guys, I'll be really, especially if you got the class, I'm going to make you answer it because you have it. And we did a Q&A on it. So you got that too. So it's just really for you to take your time, go back and listen to what was said. Pretty much everything was answered in there. I don't like to answer those questions in work session because you guys start throwing everybody else off who hasn't taken their class or don't have an understanding of what we're saying. So that's why I like to stick to what we're doing. So if you do have the class and the Q&A, go back to those things, guys. Listen, the answers are there. I promise. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Shanae?
Greetings, Eric. I just want to know if you could bring the last page of the ability exchange back up. That's all I wanted.
What do you need to know? I'll tell you.
I just needed the last portion of that document, really.
So just saying what I was saying, like, y'all be doing some crazy shit, boy. Listen, I love y'all, man. Listen, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I promise I do. But listen, all it is $100 a month. You can get every class.
You could have been a lot smoother than that. Look.
You can get every class in that month and the documents.
Gotcha.
You feel what I'm saying? Look, all I'm saying is this, y'all. If you gonna do what we know you doing and just say it, like, don't come on here and ask it. I know it happens. I know this shit gets screen recorded. I know people doing all kind of stuff. I know that, but don't come on here and say that. Keep it to yourself.
I didn't know if I was in the right or wrong, but I apologize.
I respect the honesty now. Don't give me. I respect the honesty and the fullness. I do, but again, just don't. It is what it is. And I know that. We get people all the time that ain't even paid for the class. We get pop-ups in our email talking about share. And then we go look and say, well, did they pay for the class? Nope. So that means somebody passing it around. We know statistically.
I asked in that instance, but yeah, I understand. I have asked.
You good. I'm just telling you, it's just next time, just gotta be a little quicker, as they say with the little dollar. You gotta be a little quicker.
Gold member, save you some time.
But I'm just being real with y'all. Like, we know, y'all. We know people not gonna be fully honest. We know it get passed around. We know all of that, and that's cool, whatever. But just the thing though, when you have questions, you can't come ask me shit. Nothing. I ain't answered it. We not finna talk. We not finna send you nothing wherever you got it from. I even had somebody at the conference, In God We Trust conference, say, hey, man, I got your tax forgiveness class for free. And I was like, really? He just gonna tell me that shit?
Yeah, but keep it real, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't
is.
even cool because you put a lot of work in and you give us
Yeah,
a
but
lot
what
of time.
can I do about it, bro? That's why I'm telling y'all, I don't care. That's something out of my control, some shit I can't worry about. So I ain't finna get mad about it. But I ain't gonna let you just like,
Right.
all I'm saying is be discreet, keep it to yourself. We know it happened. Statistically, like when I do conferences and classes, I statistically know who gonna do what. I statistically know about how many people gonna come and try to get the class because it's trying to be passed around the link or some. I know we've been doing this long enough to statistically know every time. It never fails. I know who ain't gonna read. I know all of that. I know who half-assed. I know how many people ain't even gonna get in class because they didn't follow the instructions. It happens every single time.
Eric,
That's my point. Every single time. But I don't let that stop me from being able to give to those who are honorable and true and doing everything we do. It's still love. I ain't gonna stop it. Maybe whatever, if you do get it, you figure it out, whatever, man. Hey, just do the right thing with it because I'm telling you, the energy that you put out will carry with you. So just know what goes around comes back around. And it ain't got to me to do it to you, but just know I'm connected to divineness. So it's coming back to you one way or another. Don't be mad when it happened because you did it first. You feel me? Just know it's going to happen worse to you, though. Know that. Okay? Just long as everybody aware. So, just so y'all know. All right. But I appreciate you you asking that. And all y'all got to do is just get the class. I left it up there long enough. And this one right here in front of y'all, I'm pretty sure about 100 people done snapshotted it already. And that's cool. Oh, well, hope you win. Do what you got to do. Just make sure you come back and give your testimony. If not, hey, that's on you. That's the energy that you choosing to follow you, right? There is a such thing as cause and effect. Nobody gets away from that. Do keep that in mind. All right, Victor, what's up?
Peace, brother. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Awesome. I had a question pertaining to if I wanted to like purchase a property internationally.
Hold on. Let me mute out people. Everybody mute out so we can hear Victor, please. Go ahead, Victor. You got to speak out. Speak up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to know what would the process what would the process be if I wanted to purchase property internationally, what I would need? Do you have a class for that?
Nah, I don't know. I ain't never purchased property internationally, so I cannot tell you.
No, like in terms of, because I know you, the bill of international bill of exchange, but like
I'm not telling you guys to use this bill of exchange to go purchase property. It's only for discharging of a debt that already exists.
Well, I meant more like the negotiable instrument. So like I remember in past classes you had mentioned if you had a contract or an agreement with someone or whatnot, and there was a process if you wanted to pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
No, because I don't think you heard what I just said. You asked me the same question and I agreed. I answered you in saying yeah at the same time, but I didn't say it the way you wanted me to say it. But the question is, you're asking me, can a bill of exchange handle a bill? Yes, it can.
Okay.
Can the international bill handle a bill? Yes, the international bill of exchange was entered into a court case, which I posted on my story the other day from one of our fellow people as well. And yes, they discharged about $30K worth in debt to a credit card company.
Gotcha. I guess I don't fully got my question didn't fully come out clear, so I just run it back another time.
Bro, you better answer it now. Time is now.
No, because like I guess if I had an agreement with someone to purchase a property and we wrote up the agreement, wrote up the contracts and everything, and I wanted to, run it by the treasury to pay them, would that work if I used the treasury to pay them for the property with the negotiable instrument?
again, I'm going to tell you guys,
You're not listening.
like, anything that I have ever said to you in my whole entire life is for educational and religious purposes, past, present, and future.
Yes.
Let me say that. For educational and religious purposes, I don't give a damn what it is. That's what it was for. At any time in my life. Okay?
Yes.
Anybody want any form of legal advice, please do go and seek a legal advisor. What I've said is what I've been saying. I've been saying everything. All you got to do is pay attention. If what makes a negotiable instrument? Why can't we draw up on the Treasury? What is evidence of value? I need you to think about everything I just said to answer your question. Because if you can articulate the question that you're asking me based upon a strategic question that you have, I guarantee you know the answer, and you don't need me to tell you.
I understand.
You sure?
Somewhat. I guess, overthinking it, whatnot.
All right.
I have some of the classes, so I just go over them more to get more familiar with what I'm trying to do.
That's the main thing. Every single day, let this feed your mind. Listen, take it in.
Yeah.
Truly understand what's being said.
But what another follow-up question was, because I have the Forgive Our Debtors. From that point to now, has there been a change in that process?
Is there a change in the UCC, sir?
No.
You answered your question.
Gotcha.
See, y'all keep looking. The UCC is the process. Everybody say it with me. The UCC is the process. Everybody want to know what the process is? It's in the Uniform Commercial Code. That is how all business transaction is being governed in the United States of America. Actually, the freaking world. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Which is the reason why this is how you know the world. Because we can come here and read something that says United Nations Convention on International Bills of Exchange and International Promissory Notes, right? That alone within itself lets you know this is worldwide. So the process itself is the UCC. You follow the rules of the UCC, assert those rights, because each state adopted those the UCC, and it became a legislative law. So that means any business that comes into effect and deals with any form of money, promissory notes, well, actually just money, period, in the United States, because everything's going to fall under the same thing as negotiable instruments and things of that, securities, financial assets, right? It's going to eventually fall up under those categories. So when it comes to that, that ought to let you know right then and there, the UCC is the process. If you do everything that it says do, then you done everything in what? Good faith, right?
Yes.
If anybody dishonor you, they got something for you to carry on based upon the dishonorment of a payment or whatever the case may be. Nobody can ever specify or any form of payment. They can't. They can't do it. They can't tell you you got to pay with cash. That's against the law. You can't tell me how I got to pay as long as I pay you. You pay. It's really against the law. Because if you don't accept the form of payment and I made it according to the UCC, then that means you are what? It's discharged and it's considered dishonorable. Just got to follow the UCC, fam. Got it?
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Malcolm Lipson.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. So I heard the word child support. What class do you have that covers that?
You said what now?
What class do you have that covers that?
If
Well,
you
I
go,
heard you say,
if
like,
you go on my website, it's gonna say child support. We already
you got
covered
a few
that.
of them.
I know.
Yeah, you got a few of them. You got I seen the one with the trust. I got that one, but I seen the one where it says what about the equity and the judge and the title for it? Is that the one that go into like detail?
I mean, they all do for real. I mean, you can use any. They're all just different methods that I have used to handle child support. So it's like,
Okay.
pick what you want to do and roll with it.
Okay. Well, I did my trust up yet, so I'm gonna go with the other one first. Then I'm gonna continue stick with the trust, and I'll go that route. But I got a few people that I'm trying to help. But that's the only question I had. Thank you.
All righty, appreciate you.
We don't hop out.
Mike Mayberry.
Brother E, Miss Nikki, and family. How's everybody?
We living, brother.
Man, I got a scenario, brother. I'm finna give it to you. Pay the cost, be the boss. Man, it's working like a charm. I'm knocking down the mountain that's been sitting on my shoulders, man. You know, I had that child support obligation.
Yeah.
Even though I filed the taxes on that, I did not do negotiable instruments with it. But anyway, the 1040 is working. So they knocking it down slowly until they get to all the processing. So that's a blessing for me. But my thing is, when I see the bill of exchange, I was wondering, because I can use that with child support, right?
Yeah, I did state that in this class. Yes, sir.
Right. But being that I'm already filed the taxation, I'm just saying I might as well just be patient and just let that happen.
I mean, you can do that route. Yeah, that's cool too. Or if you do this too, that's just another form of money taxation you get to claim. So it's just totally up to you how you want to move.
Okay, next scenario. I did the 1041, you know, with the trust. And just yesterday, I did it the same way I did the 40. Yesterday, I got a statement saying that I owe $7,000 with the trust EIN. So I'm just wondering, I know that's a good thing, but how is it being taxed?
Handle your business, bro.
You know it.
I can't say, I'm not going to say too much, but handle your business.
Right. I'm just wondering, you know, how is the trust being taxed? So I already handled my business. I'm going to address that afterwards.
It's the same thing. It don't change.
Right. Got you. Being I had that 2
Notice
years
mine. Listen, go back and watch and notice mine was a trust, bro. It's the same thing. Mine. See, here's the thing. I did mine through trust.
Yeah, I always do.
Everybody else, y'all been doing it as the individual, which I don't do, but I do it through the trust.
Right. I did it. That's what I'm saying. It was through the trust, and it came back on.
And handle your business.
Done. Appreciate you, man.
All righty. All right. What's up, Mr. Cook?
Hey, bud. So this is kind of in the beginning. So let me just rephrase this. So every account that we start is from, there's a original credit. So what's confusing me is, so let's just say it's a court case, a complaint or a indictment. That's the issue that creates the credit. So, but you said something that we're actually purchasing that from them. Is that correct? That our credit is purchasing that contract? And no matter what it is in the beginning, whether it's a credit card.
You said court. Now you saying,
well, because I know that they're all the same.
No, but you can't speak like that, bro.
Okay.
You got to be very specific and clear. You got to realize you amongst other people. So be specific, be clear on what you're speaking on. Don't jump from the court to this to that. We're talking about a court, then let's speak on that. We're talking about something else, let's speak on that. But be specific.
Well, I'm kind of looking at it as because they're all the same. It doesn't matter whether it's a court or a credit card, an accountant. They're all deposit accounts, correct?
Keep going. I'm listening.
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to get into my head is that no matter what we're talking about, whether it's somebody that starts Social Security benefits, they created an account with another, it's a private entity. A court case is a private entity. Anyways, so whether we do it, so if we apply for a credit card, we are applying our credits to that company. So, and then, or somebody else can do it for us. So somebody else could sue us. So they're going to file a complaint and we're the defendant, but that is a credit deposit account because the court's going to sell that complaint as a security. So everything's the same. So what I'm trying to get into my head is what happens. What is happening? Why are they? So I know that we're the creditor and we're liable for everything. So, and they're the debtor. So they're asking us to give them the credits to pay them so that debt is discharged. But in the beginning, we're giving them those credits. So why aren't they drawing off of that in the beginning? Does that make sense?
Hell no, but I'm finna help you out though.
All right.
I knew you was finna do this. I already knew it. You everywhere. But listen, you keep forgetting one thing. You don't have the ability. All right, everything is based on the ability to pay. You don't have the ability to pay anything. That's the reason why everything is drawn up on the Treasury, because the Treasury is the only place that has the ability to pay, which is why we're using Federal Reserve notes coming from where? The Treasury. So they're letting you know the only one that has it says it on your dollar that you don't have the ability to pay a damn thing. None of us do. Only the Treasury do. So if the Treasury is the one that has the ability to pay, that's where we have to draw things upon. That's just that simple. And you have to go back to knowing that your labor is given to the actual energy, monetary value to the creditor. All right. So what you got to start seeing is the whole concept of the whole entire thing. You have to go back from the beginning. Yes, any account is considered a form of deposited account because there's something that's being deposited in the form of credit. You see what I'm saying? And there's credit on the account. Anytime there is a ledger made, it's credits being made as well as debt. When credit comes to an existence, there's also debt. They both exist at the same time. One does not exist without the other, which is why you always know it's a form of set off. Okay? So the credit, we give credibility to the value of the money by using it. We give credibility to the value of any form of contract by transferring it.